Ever felt like your partner didn't hear you? That sinking feeling of being unheard happens all too often. It's usually about how words are received, not just what is said. When you validate your partner's feelings, you say, "I see you, I hear you, and I'm on your side." This isn't just a phrase. It's a habit that turns tension into safety. Remember the last time you were upset? Someone said, "That sounds really frustrating, right?" The tension instantly eases. Let's explore real-world examples to enhance your communication. Imagine your partner says, "I can't believe how overwhelmed I am with work." Instead of saying, "You're overreacting," respond with, "It sounds like work has been really draining for you." This acknowledges their emotion without judgment. Consider another example. If your partner expresses disappointment, saying, "I felt ignored when you didn't call back," respond, "I hear that you felt ignored, and I'm sorry my silence added to that." This shows empathy and opens the door for solutions. Here's a quick 3-step cheat sheet to practice tonight. 1. Reflect the feeling. Identify the emotion. You seem sad. 2. Summarize the content. Restate briefly. You had a tough day at work. 3. Invite deeper sharing. Ask a gentle question. What part of the day was hardest? Research shows couples practicing validation report 30% higher relationship satisfaction. With consistency, validation becomes a natural habit. If you seek more communication strategies, check out practical steps to improve communication as a couple. It reinforces validation and keeps your connection strong. Next time you notice your partner's emotions rising, pause, reflect, and validate. It's a small gesture that can spark significant, lasting change in how you both feel heard and loved. Let's dive deeper into actively listening to your partner. Picture this. Your partner comes home, exhausted, and says, "I'm completely drained." Do you immediately jump to fixing the problem or provide a supportive space for them to feel heard? Active listening is your superpower, showing, "I'm right here with you." It's not about solving everything right away. It's creating a pause for emotions to settle. Why does active listening matter? Studies show couples who feel truly heard are 30% less likely to argue later. By listening, you lower the emotional temperature, allowing a genuine connection. Here's how to listen effectively. 1. Give your full attention. Put away your phone and make eye contact. 2. Mirror the feeling. Reflect the emotion, saying something like, "Sounds like you're really overwhelmed." 3. Summarize the content. Restate what they said, e.g., "You had 3 back-to-back meetings, and the deadline kept moving." 4. Ask open-ended follow-ups. Use curiosity-driven questions like, "What part was most draining?" 5. Pause before responding. Allow a brief silence after they finish. Now, let's try some real-world examples you can implement tonight. Example 1. The exhausted partner. You sound wiped out after that meeting. What can help you unwind right now? Example 2. The misunderstood friend. It seems you felt ignored when I didn't reply. I'm sorry for that. Want to share what you needed from me? Example 3. The anxious partner about finances. You're worried about piling bills. That's tough. Should we budget together? Notice each line starts with a feeling, followed by a recap and an invitation. This 3-part formula keeps the conversation constructive. Keep a checklist handy while conversing to maintain effective, active listening. Put screens away. Remain open in posture. Label the emotion. I hear you're frustrated. Restate the main point. Ask an open question. Hold a moment of silence. Remember, listening is not a one-off act. It's a daily habit. Now that you've listened, it's time to reflect back your partner's emotions. When you mirror what you've just heard, it's like holding up a gentle mirror for them to see their feelings clearly. Why is reflection important? Research shows couples reflecting each other's emotions are 30% less likely to enter defensive arguments. Here's how to reflect emotions effectively. 1. Label the emotion. It sounds like you're feeling bombang. 2. Summarize the core story. 3. Add a tiny validation nugget. A simple, I hear that, or that must be tough, shows you're on their side. 4. Pause. Give them space to absorb your reflection. Repeat the gist in one sentence. Let's practice with some examples. Example 1. The overwhelmed partner. It sounds like you're swamped with work right now, and that must be exhausting. Example 2. The annoyed partner after a missed anniversary. I hear you felt forgotten on our anniversary, and that disappointment hurts. Example 3. The anxious partner about finances. You're feeling anxious about the bills piling up. I understand why that's overwhelming. Each of these mirrors follows the same effective pattern. Here's a simple checklist for reflecting. Catch the emotion word. Restate the main point. Add empathy. That sounds tough. Give a pause before moving on. What should you do next? Tonight, choose one conversation moment and try the 3-step mirror. Observe how quickly the tension loosens and dialogue opens up. Now, let's transition into asking open-ended questions. Once you've reflected the feeling and summarized the story, open the floor for your partner to share more with open-ended questions. Think back to a time you asked, "Did you have a bad day?" and got a one-word shrug. Not helpful, right? Instead, ask, "What was the most frustrating part of your day?" It creates space for deeper conversation. Why do open-ended questions matter? Research shows that partners who invite deeper sharing boost each other's sense of being heard. Curiosity signals safety and lowers defensiveness. Here's how to craft the perfect open-ended question. 1. Start with a feeling cue. You sound overwhelmed. What's weighing on you right now? 2. Use what or how starters. 3. Be specific. How did that meeting affect you? Is clearer than vague questions. These words force elaboration. Let's explore some real-world examples. Example 1. The exhausted partner. You mentioned the marathon meeting drained you. What part felt toughest? Example 2. The hurt partner after an argument. It sounds like you felt ignored when I didn't call back. How did that affect your trust? Example 3. The anxious partner about finances. You're worried the bills are piling up. What would help you feel more in control? These questions encourage deeper sharing and connection. Keep this checklist handy. Identify the core emotion. Pair it with a what or how starter. Ensure the question is concrete. Allow a pause after you ask. So, what's next? Tonight, choose one moment to add a follow-up question after mirroring a feeling. Finally, let's discuss offering support without judgment. How do you support your partner without sounding critical? Remember, support is a feeling, not a solution. Focus on their emotions, not your prescribed outcomes. Why is non-judgmental support important? Research indicates couples who feel supported without judgment report 25% higher satisfaction over time. When you suspend judgment, you reduce the threat response and let oxytocin work its magic. Here are 3 ways to offer non-judgmental help. 1. Ask. Don't assume. What would make you feel more at ease right now? 2. Mirror their desire. 3. Offer specific, low-pressure actions. Would you like a cup of tea while you sort through emails? If your partner says, "I'm terrified I'll lose my job," respond with, "You crave stability. How can I support that?" Try these examples tonight. Example 1, the overwhelmed parent. You've juggled bedtime, work emails, and homework. What small thing would lighten your load? Example 2, the anxious partner about finances. The bills are piling up. I can pull up a simple budget together if you'd like. Example 3, the hurt friend after an argument. I hear you felt dismissed. I'd love to sit down and hear more if you're up for it. Remember, these offers are not about solving, but about being present and supportive. Here's a quick checklist for supporting without judgment. Pause before responding. Count to 3. Label the need. You seem to need a breather. Offer a specific action. Invite a response. Accept a no gracefully. Try this in your next conversation, and you'll notice tension loosening and a growing bond. Lastly, follow up consistently. Once you've listened, reflected, and asked questions, how do you ensure your validation sticks? Consistent follow-up is key. It signals that the emotion you validated isn't a one-off act. It's an ongoing safety net. Here are practices for effective follow-up. 1. Send a check-in text within hours. Hey, thinking about our chat earlier. How are you feeling now? 2. Review any action offered the next day. Did the spreadsheet help? What else can I do? 3. Hold a weekly wrap-up. Spend a moment checking in on validation within the week. Notice the pattern: brief, specific, and always welcoming their perspective. Here's a quick follow-up checklist. Send a check-in text within a few hours. Review actions the next day. Fix a weekly wrap-up chat. Keep your tone curious. Celebrate small wins. Timing matters too. Wait slightly after a heated exchange to check in, showing you respect their space. Personalize your follow-up, making it feel genuine. Instead of, "How are you?" ask something related. Did taking that walk help after those deadlines? Beware of common pitfalls. One-size-fits-all check-ins can feel robotic. Overchecking feels controlling. The goal is a friendly lighthouse, not a blaring siren. Remember, consistency trumps perfection. Even asking, "How's it going?" can reinforce validation. Over time, those small moments solidify a partnership where both partners feel continuously acknowledged. In conclusion, remember to integrate listening, mirroring, asking, supporting, and following up into your daily routine. Validation isn't about performance. It's about building a habit. Start with simple phrases and observe how they transform conversations into opportunities to deepen both understanding and connection. Ready to make validation part of your routine? Begin small, remain curious, and let the bond grow through genuine conversations.